Hey, listen to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 399. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and we're going to continue our adventures through time and space with the Doctor. Now, hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole bunch is going down. We're back with on-the-ground reporting on the playability of the Doctor Who decks and some commentary on the cards held within. We got some stories to tell, some announcements to make, some people to thank. But before we get to any of that, we have to acknowledge our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com, their source for all your gaming needs.
Very much so. And I, much like you, I think, went to FusionGamingOnline.com, used CCO Summer promo code, and got a discount on all my new Doctor Who stuff.
I also did that. Got all the cards I wanted in search foil.
Ooh, very good. I got a bunch of like Doctors and showcase frame stuff to alter and put on Facebook on Thursdays.
Every Thursday on our Facebook page. You paid money for Doctors?
No?
I guess credit. He paid credit for Doctors.
I did have some store credit.
Man, yes. You know what you could have done?
Went to Uncle Brando's frickin' Doctor Emporium.
When Uncle Brando opens at least one Doctor per pack Emporium. Holy God.
Man.
Well, I guess I did read the article after I opened the packs, and there is at least one Doctor in every pack.
Okay, well, that's the first review. First review item.
We'll get to that.
Now I know.
Let's just do it quick. We'll do it real fast.
Okay.
If you buy a Doctor Who collector pack, here's what you can expect to get. You're going to get one Doctor.
Okay.
Of the 13 Doctors. You're going to get one reprinted card that isn't a Doctor, both in regular foil. Then you're going to get two cards from each deck.
Like from the Precon?
Yep. Any cards that are contained within the Precon, there's two for each one. Then you're going to get two showcase cards of uncommon or mythic in between somewhere. All of them have an equal opportunity to show up.
Sure.
And then you're going to get the extended art rare, extended art foil rare, and two surge foil things.
That's 10 cards.
And then you're going to get an uncommon, not uncommon, a rare and a foil rare in regular.
That's 12 cards?
Then you get
a basic land. That's 13.
Two surge foils.
You said that already.
Did you already get the two surge foils?
Yes, we did.
That's as far as we get.
Okay, well, if you want...
Oh, yeah. And then you're going to get fucking land.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Mm-hmm. If you want any of those things contained in a booster pack, in a pre-con, or as a single, go to FusionGamingOnline.com.
They're great.
CCO Summer promo code, and if you're a first-time buyer, you've never spent money tied to a certain email at the store, CCO Perks promo code. You're going to get 10% of your money kicked back to your account in store credit. Ooh, good deal.
Pretty good.
If you're going to buy them anyways, you might as well save money.
If you're going to do something anyway, just, spend less.
Yeah.
You're going to spend the money anyway, just spend less of it. Then you'll have more to buy other things. Yeah. Either more cards or, I don't know, beer or toques.
I drank beer last night.
Or sweaters.
Hey, speaking of all of that and spending money, I got some podcast business.
Uh-oh.
Okay, spending money. Your good friend Ryan loves to do it. Hate money. Gotta spend it all.
Yeah,
give it to the frickin' man.
Yeah, why have it?
In this format. Website hosting fees, you know how we talk about that and we say thank you to the patrons and thank you for going to CommanderCookout.com store and getting toques and sale summer stuff and sweaters and all of the stuff that we say helps the show out great.
Hats and stickers and dice and tokens and bags and all kinds of neat stuff.
Yeah. It would be a great time to do that for several reasons. I got you. Okay. I got all of the reasons in my head listed up here.
Okay. I'm going to come up with a reason that you don't list just so I can contribute.
Okay. So, reason number 1.
Okay.
Because it's fantastic and you love to support Commander Cookout.
That's a good reason, yeah.
Reason number 2.
Okay.
It's useful in the way that you can wear it to keep warm if you get a sweater or a toque.
Oh, yeah, and the orange ones stop you from getting shot.
Oh, also good. Yeah, I'm going to keep that as reason number 2, usability.
Yes.
Yes, very important.
Functionality is important.
Also, the dice and the tokens and the dice bags, usability. You're going to use those when you play games.
Both for rolling dice, marking tokens or counters, or if you have them in the bag, you can also just
hit somebody.
Put your kid to sleep with them.
Well,
like NyQuil.
Here's the thing too that people at least in the Patreon Discord didn't know is the little onion bags.
Mm-hmm.
They actually fit an unsleeved deck, and people use those as deck boxes for their raw dog decks.
Neat.
Anyways, number three,
Number three,
because some of it's on sale. Stickers and T-shirts from our summer line, all on sale.
Cool.
Number 4, and this one's a big one, the price of website hosting has tripled. So if you ever wanted to support, help the nation, keep things rolling, and generally ease my stress level, it would be a fantastic time to go spend a couple bucks, or there's a button to make a donation of any amount if you didn't want to donate on coffee.com/Commander Cookout.
Yeah.
Or if you didn't want to do the Patreon thing.
Sure.
Or if you were a patron and you wanted to contribute extra, you can do that on CommanderCookout.com.
All things are fine.
Yeah. I got one more reason, but now I don't remember it.
Let me hit you with my reason
Okay,
then.
sure.
Christmas is coming up, and we make great Christmas gift items, baby.
Bro, you frickin' sort of stole my number 5.
Well, you said you forgot it.
I know, but now I remember.
And I said I was going to give you a reason that you hadn't thought of, and then I did.
I have an addendum, a rider, a clause A to your 5th reason.
Okay.
Okay. Two people between now and, I don't know, when stuff has to get shipped out to make it there by Christmas.
Okay.
Okay, so let's call it like the kind of the end of November.
Okay.
So you got about a month. This is going to come out like end of October. You got about a month to win one of these 2 things.
Yes.
I got 2 things I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody who goes to commandercookout.com/shop and buys something from the store, one person is going to get their entire order doubled. So if you buy like a toque and a sweater, you're actually going to get 2.
Ooh.
If you buy like a dice bag and an onion bag, like a dice and onion bag,
Yeah.
you're going to actually get 2 of that. So one person is going to get their entire order doubled.
Oh, wow.
And they can use the second thing that they get as a present or give it to their spouse, put their kid to sleep with it. So one person's going to get their order doubled.
Ooh.
The second person, the second winner, is going to actually have their thing that they buy going to go to another person who orders something. And I'm going to keep track, and it's going to be like, hey, somebody in the nation bought this, and now you're just going to win it for free.
Oh, wow.
So somebody who buys something is going to win something that somebody else bought.
That's neat.
So 2 orders, that's kind of like doubling 2 different orders. And I'm going to do it as a means to just give out gifts in the nation and let people go and support Commander Cookout through the store, because I like the stuff. Everybody who sees the stuff likes it, but it's sitting in my office studio taking up real estate, and it needs to frickin' go, okay? So, merry early Fistmas.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that more, of course, when we do Brando's annual, probably grueling Christmas special.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you got any ideas?
I will.
Oh, okay.
I haven't started thinking about it yet, but I'm gonna.
I got one last Christmas thing.
What is it?
Because this is like
yeah, I know what it is.
Hard deadline to get these by Christmas because they're coming from Germany.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to send Editor Joe the picture, so you got to watch on YouTube.
What you should be doing anyway.
You should be watching on YouTube and subscribed, yes.
Yes.
Real, made from wool, knitted, custom CCO ugly Christmas sweater. They are fantastic with the Ryan and Brando iconic at this point skulls.
Yep.
And the CCO logoage like wrapped around as a pattern around like the whole sweater.
Yeah.
Dude, people who are into them are like all the way into them.
Yeah.
And want to buy 1 or 2 for them and their matching spouse. Like, how much cringier do Christmas sweaters get?
Oh, when they match.
Than when they match.
Oh.
Can you can you
Brutal.
imagine? Can you imagine going to like a CCO experience or a Magic Fest or something and having like 10 or 12 of these matching Christmas sweaters all in one place?
God, no.
Oh, God.
No, I
And
can't.
we'll have those little curly elf shoes with the bells on them and Santa hats. Can you frickin' imagine? You guys want these. Trust me, they're so awesome.
Yeah, they are everything an ugly Christmas sweater should be.
Yeah. So,
They're ugly, they're Christmas, they're sweaters.
yeah.
3 ingredients.
That's
egg fried
all you
rice.
need. Yeah, egg fried rice.
Correct.
So, this is going to go out on Tuesday.
Yes.
I've messaged the Discord. I'm going to put it out on the Patreon Messenger service. So check your junk mail is what that means.
Okay.
And I'm going to give people about 24 hours after this show launches, and then I'm ordering. No procrastination, you fucking gamers. Man, that makes me so mad. You have 24 hours from when you listen to this. If you're listening on Tuesday, to tell me you want a sweater or you're missing the boat. End of story.
Okay.
Okay. Get in touch and we'll work on cost because the more people who buy them, the cheaper they get.
I like that.
Which is frickin' fantastic.
Yes, I like that as well.
Yes.
Pay less for things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I like that.
Yeah, I like paying less for things.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah. The opposite.
The opposite.
Patreon.com/CCO Podcast. Let's do this quick because we've got a new patron and a couple thank you increases.
Okay.
First increase. Mac. He got big sack.
Mac. That's Mac 3 sack.
Yes. Max Melly sack.
On Discord, currently, it's like Mac Seismic something. The fact that it doesn't say Size Mac is a fail, and I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed. Uncle Brando is disappointed in you.
Seismic sack? Size sack?
Size Mac sack.
Size Mac sack.
Missed it.
Frick, man. How's he ever gonna even make it?
I don't know. If he misses these easy things, I don't know what he's gonna do.
Next one. An increase. Alex Williams. This is a nickname that I don't remember. Man, we got too many weird nicknames.
Alex Williams.
Is he getting a new one? It sounds like he's getting a new one.
Probably is. I like calling people like named Alex Axlax because it sounds like X-Lax.
Yes.
But I already call F.U. Alex that.
No, we call him Alexi now.
Do we?
Yeah, we call him Alexi.
I've never called him that.
Okay, but some people at face-to-face games think that's what his name is. So, hey, we fucking call him that, okay?
Okay. All right, cool.
This is X-Lax W.
X-Lax Willie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
X-Lax Willie.
X-Lax Willie.
What if that was his original nickname?
Oh, then we are gods of nicknames.
Oh, speaking of gods.
Okay.
This isn't a god, but this is a new patron.
Okay.
King Max.
King Max?
Yeah, I wonder if it's Max Crandell in disguise.
It definitely isn't.
Yeah, no.
He would just say Max Crandell because he knows who he really is.
King Max.
You think that's his real name?
King? It might be Max King, and he's just like doing a pseudonym so like phishing scams can't target him. I don't know.
I don't know. Phishing scams still get you. For the record,
your Max Kingfisher.
Yeah, I like that. Ooh, yeah.
And I play that card Kingfisher too.
But Fisher with a PH.
Yes.
Like phishing scam.
Yes, so people don't think he's fat.
Yes.
Either.
Are kingfishers fat?
No, but if they fish too much and
is it kingfisher's a bird?
Yes.
It's a large bird, right?
Yeah. Well, in Magic it's like a 2/4.
Well, yeah, but in real life are they big?
Well, 4 toughness, pretty big.
Like they're not condors big, but are they bigger than a seagull? If you know, let us know in the comments.
They would be. I have no idea actually.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
If you know how big a kingfisher is, let us know.
Yes.
Get entered to.
Yes, this Max
teach us
Kingfisher is small and short, not very wide.
Like a chode.
No girth.
Yeah. No, it's girthier than it is tall, and it's short.
Oh,
sorry, man. But welcome aboard.
Oh.
No shaming in the nation.
He's not Max Kingfisher. He's Min Kingfisher. Yes. Got there.
Got him. That was sick. That was a good one. That was a solid one.
Okay. Speaking of solid ones, you had not a solid experience on the latest Brando's box opening. So we're going to get into some Doctor Who now. So I have 2 questions.
Okay.
It's French for question.
I have answers for both. Answer. That's French for answers.
Yes. Kind of sounded like asshole.
I mean...
Yes. Sometimes asshole is the answer.
Yes.
How do I get, besides going to FusionGamingOnline.com, how do I get Doctor Who cards? Is it pre-con and collector boosty?
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
So they've pretty much said balls everything else. This is how we're going to make our money now. Just sell the most expensive pack and $100 pre-cons.
I feel like I'm going to say I'm behind it.
Oh.
I'm here for this.
Okay.
I like what they're doing, and here is why. I've been on record with the show lots of times saying I like it when they give you a list of cards in a box with a price, take it home. I like that.
Yep.
I'm on board with that all the way.
And this extends to collector boosters because they have like all of the slots in the collector booster allocated. You know that this is the foil rare slot or this is the pre-con slot, right?
You know what you're going to get in the thing. And especially here, where if you want every single Doctor Who card, you can go to your LGS, buy the four decks in a box, got them all. You have 100% of the Doctor Who cards if you buy the 4 precons.
Really?
You'll have non-foil versions of every single card that they printed into the set.
Hold on a minute. Really?
Yes.
I could go and buy 4 precons and have every single card?
Yes.
Man, I wish that was the case with Lord of the Rings. I'm still trying to get some of those
Right?
cards.
and that's what makes it so cool, where it's like, oh, the collector boxes are so expensive. Yeah, they are, but you do not need to buy them.
You don't need them at all.
They are 100% cosmetic, just like with the Warhammer 40k decks. They had the foil one and then the not foil one. The foil
100%
one,
cosmetic.
100% the same, but you want the foil one? Sure. The collector boosters allow them to do more stuff. Like there's 3 different types of foiling. There's every single different border treatment under the sun. There's a specialty treatment. There's different everything you can get in these collector boosters to make your precons look cooler if you want, or if there's a specific single that you're after.
Put it in your deck because you need a surge foil. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you want foil cursed mirror, for example. Never came in foil before.
Yeah, I need that.
There it is.
I need that.
Right? There's some cool stuff that hasn't been foiled out before or was really expensive. Carpet of flowers, lots of stuff. Now you can get it on the cheaper, which is cool. Or if you want to, again, pimp out your precons, you can do that as well. But the buying packs, it serves zero purpose.
Wow. Okay.
There's no reason to do it unless you want that bling, and that's cool. I like that.
Changes the direction this conversation was going to go in, because now I have my answer as to why are there so many lands in packs, because the lands in packs, as demonstrated on Brando's box opening, go and watch it. Go and frickin' watch it. You're already on YouTube.
Plentiful.
They're plentiful because they have to put in rare slots and precon slots and the other rare slot or the land slot or whatever. There's a slot for them now.
Well, not necessarily in these boxes, in these ones.
No, but a rare land in a Doctor Who precon occupies a rare slot in the booster pack, in the rare slot, and it could be in the precon slot. Oh no, because there's a precon slot. They're all precons.
Yeah, they're all precons. So there's 8 cards that come from precons in each pack.
Oh, okay. Well, no, all the cards come from precons because they're all in precons.
Yes,
This is blowing my mind.
I know,
They've
but-
never done this before.
Yeah, so but each precon has a deck list, and they pick 2 cards from that list per pack.
Okay.
And that's
I
how
understand
they work.
now.
And a lot
So
of
when you
them-
open a booster pack, you're getting 2 cards from the timey-wimey precon. You're just getting 2 from that precon.
Yep, and 2 from the villains, 2 from the old doctors, 2 from the new doctors.
And then those are all different packs that I could randomly get.
Yes, and then the rest of the cards are all kind of from everything. There's like a reprint slot and a new card slot and whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, god damn, you open a lot of land.
So that is a criticism.
Yes, that is a criticism. Is because they're all I said in the video, they're the WotC approved kind of junky. Yes, some of them are good.
Yeah.
They're not bad lands at all.
Oh yeah, we play lots of them. There's command towers, there's forbidden orchards, there's a lot of the like ETB untapped if you reveal, right? They're good.
But if you want a command tower, oh baby, you better be prepared to not open a command tower. Because I've been present for a total of 3 box openings, and I've seen 2 command towers and 2 sol rings, but I have seen 3 irrigated farmlands in 1 pack, because irrigated farmland is in more than 1 deck, so you can open it more than once in like just the slots in the pack, and then at the end where you end up with a bunch more, just because there's such a high proportion of so many of the rares are lands.
Yes.
That there's so much land.
Lots of them.
And if you're foiling out a mana base, and they're stout mana bases. They are. You can play your cards in these precons. You can play all your cards.
Yeah.
But boy howdy, if you're somebody that already kind of has a land base, you're gonna.
If you've already got shocks and fetches and maybe a couple duels and like your City of Brasses and your mana confluences, and you don't necessarily need these. So real quick before we hop over to cards, I got a couple other questions.
Okay.
Like I said, French for question.
Yep.
We've been on record a couple times now saying that we think this product is objectively good.
Yes.
The price point is where precons kind of live now, especially these Universes Beyond ones are more expensive than the regular set ones. So that is what it is. If you don't like it, I mean, don't buy them.
That sucks.
Which is a sucky thing to say.
Yeah.
But that's where these are based on consumer demand when you have people from outside the game coming into the game through the vehicle of Universes Beyond.
And we're going to talk about it when we get to cards, but I know that you had the experience with Lord of the Rings because you know it very well. You talk lots about it. I know a little more about Doctor Who than I do Lord of the Rings, and I have a couple of people I know who got into Doctor Who because they bought the decks.
Well, here...
and a few people from Doctor Who that are interested in Magic now.
Yes.
Because they're seeing like, oh, I remember this happening in the show. And
That's
then
exactly the marketing tactic.
Right? And it's working.
Yes.
This is a good product, and I bought all 4 of the precons, and I'm going to keep mine together because I think they're fun and they bounce very well against
plus you
each
got
other.
a whole collecty box.
Yeah, and I'm foiling them out all sweet.
Yeah.
No foil basics.
Okay.
No non-foil basics, baby.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
We've seen Universes Beyond major product releases 3 times now.
Yes.
I'm not talking about Walking Dead, Transformers. I'm not talking about
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
Dungeons
Park.
and Dragons.
No.
My Little Pony.
Yeah, okay.
Nerf.
We've seen 3 majors. We've seen Warhammer 40K
Yep.
in precons, both in regular and surge foil.
Yep.
We've seen Lord of the Rings, full set, draftable, Commander. It was a set.
Runs the gambit.
It was a whole set.
Yep.
And then we've seen Doctor Who, which is essentially a Commander and collectible product.
Yes.
Is there any way that you think is the best way, or is there things that are positives and negatives about the 3 different ways they've launched these major Universe Beyond products? Because all 3 of them have been different.
Looking at the 3, and my answer actually makes me happy because I actually think that this is what they're going to do going forward. I like Doctor Who the best. I like what they did here.
Every card is in the precons.
You can get the entire Universes Beyond for here's the price of it, and you get every card. And then if you want the specialty premium stuff, you can pay the premium price and get it.
Sure.
And I like that. I appreciate that. Nobody is left out. If you have money, you can just get everything. There's no randomosity. There's no bullshit. You just get the damn cards. And as a result, at least I've been we're not a finance podcast, but I do track the prices of some of the singles, and they're all very reasonable, even for the really, really, really good ones. Like the ones that if this was in a regular Commander product or a Lord of the Rings card, they'd probably cost you upwards of $30 or $40.
Like the Master Multiplied or Everybody Lives.
Yeah, they're down near $15-$20, and I think that's okay for a thing that you can just go out and buy.
Yeah, versus Orcish Bowmasters or the One Ring sitting at $40, $60, $80.
Yes.
The staple ones that go in lots of decks in Doctor Who, closer to 20 to 35 range.
Yes.
Half as much in some cases.
Yes.
Like for staples.
And I like how they're doing that, and it allows them to put in stuff like the TARDIS frames and the regular and the Surge foil.
Yeah.
They only had Surge foil for 40K, so if you didn't like that product, just the premium stuff didn't have a lot of appeal if that wasn't what you wanted. So even people that liked the premium stuff didn't buy it, and Watsy's like, well, we're making less money. So they found a way to still take more of your money,
but do it in a way that is acceptable for you, because I can give you what portion of my money for what portion of your product appeals to me.
Yes. And you can,
like
and
that.
at the end of the day, if you just want to play the damn cards, you know exactly what you need to go out and buy. It's either the single or it's the deck that it comes in.
And then there's Tales of Middle-earth over here, like totally re-releasing the set in a different frame. Money, give me all your money. Money.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So I'm glad to hear, it looks like the Fallout one from the
Oh,
preview
yeah.
articles
We'll
that
talk
come
about
out.
that next week.
But it looks like they're going to follow the same format as Doctor Who.
I hope so.
And that's exciting for me, and I hope lots of other people. Because you can just go out and buy the damn set, and I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. Takes away the collectability of it. Oh, we're not going to talk about that next week.
Next week we'll talk about
Let's
that.
flip over to some cards. You mentioned a few staples. We're going to talk about some staples as we continue to give our thoughts top down 10,000 feet on Doctor Who.
Yes. Okay, Ryan, let's just jump right into the deep end. We're going to start with what I believe is the most expensive single in the set.
It's probably the biggest staple in the set.
And what I would argue is the perfect Universes Beyond card.
Sure.
And it is Everybody Lives. An instant for white 1. All creatures gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Players gain hexproof until end of turn. Players can't lose life this turn, and players can't lose the game or win the game this turn.
That's essentially, we're going to call that Tef's protection for everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody lives. So when somebody goes for their stupid Thoracle combo win, nah, you're not going to do that no more. How about that? How about instead of that? No. Here's why I say this is perfect. Based on what we just read, this card can be played at any level in EDH and be great.
As in casual all the way up to competitive.
Correct. I think you'll see it in all of those things. When you look at the art, it's a fantastic picture representation of just artistry. I think is really good. And if you're a Doctor Who fan, what this comes from is you see all these guys in the gas masks getting like, they're all glowy and stuff.
Yes.
What this is coming from, referring to, is a kid in World War II England.
Yes.
Got like smashed with a piece of house. And he's laying there dying. And he's like, wants his mom.
Sure.
And he's got a gas mask on because it's the Blitzkrieg, right?
Yeah.
And these space nanomachines come by and they find this kid that's just fucked.
No.
And they like heal him up. So like the gas mask is his face.
Oh, gross.
And he's just messed up looking for his mom, right? Because that's what the nanomachines think a human being is.
Oh, that's sad. That is a tragedy.
So this little kid is walking around, again, World War II, Blitzkrieg, Germany, and every time he touches somebody, the nanobots go from him onto them and turn them into a gas mask zombie person because that's what they think a human is supposed to be. So when he touches a healthy human, they think they're sick, and the nanomachines fix them.
And then they live.
It's horrific. And then at the end of the episode, it's like this thing where, oh man, we're screwed. Like everybody's dead. We can't fix this. Game over. Oh my God, what the hell? And they find the way to reprogram the nanomachines to turn everybody back. And it's this great moment where like previously there's been all these tragedies and all this terrible stuff. And it's the one time where everybody gets to live. Like even nobody died at the end.
Oh, so it's not a tragedy.
Yeah, like at the end, it's this uplifting moment where everybody goes back. And yeah, World War II is still happening, and that sucks. But at least not everybody's turned into like a 12-year-old boy that got crushed by a rock.
House. Yes.
Right? Like,
wow.
It's so effing cool. And people who know Doctor Who are going to see that, and they're going to, like, I as a Magic player will explain what the card does.
Yeah.
And they're going to go, oh, that's just like what happens in the show. Yes, it is. And it's the conversation. It's the coming together of two worlds.
That is
on a fantastic card.
Top-down design. Top-down adaptation.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever said that before. And that was very evident in 40K.
Yep.
Warhammer 40,000 is what we're supposed to say.
What?
And Lord of the Rings, Tales from Middle-earth, that's what we're supposed to say.
Yep.
Very evident top-down adaptation. And I talked a lot about that on the Lord of the Rings live streams that I was doing. I did 7 or 8 of those.
Right.
And that one, it sounds like they hit it out of the park.
Oh, yeah.
You know what my favorite part about that card is?
Tell me.
All of what you said is fantastic, and I love adaptation, and I love analyzing how things out in the real world, whether they're fictional or no,
Right.
can be adapted into our game and still make us feel the same emotion through the rules of the game.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep. Dig that.
What I love better about this card is in casual, there's going to be an Alpha Strike or a Wrath of God or some like Sir Conrad combo. It's going to kill everybody.
Right.
Somebody's going to go like this. Everybody lives. Yeah. But what I love even more, what is going to be even better is like turn 2 Thoracle combo, I win. And you're going to be playing frickin' mono white. You're going to go white 1, nope. That's a white counterspell now?
Yes.
Your stupid Thoracle combo doesn't work, and you actually die next turn.
Right.
Get fucked.
Yeah, extending on that, I like it because it's the big Alpha Strike. It's the combo off turn. Everything's going to beat hell, and then everybody lives except for the guy who's trying to win. He goes, "Oh, except me."
Except me. I guess I'll just die. Oh.
Guess I'll just pass my turn and get the crap beat out of me.
Oh
right?
man, love it.
That's a great card. Do you have any that you're looking for?
I got a couple here. I love the token support in white with the
Yes.
Convoke stuff and the Crisis of Conscience. Destroy all tokens or destroy all non-land, non-token permanents.
Cool.
I like that. There's a lot of things that Jetmir is really gonna like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I want to talk about more, and I covered it a little bit on my Doctor Who Top 5 in 5, should be out on Friday.
Okay.
So if you're listening on Tuesday, you're going to get this again on Friday. But we've got 4 Nox, and we've got the Wedding of River Song. Those are 2 white card draw spells. In a long list now of card draw spells in the color white, mono white specifically, that we've seen in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
Do we have enough?
Yes.
You think that white is happy with the amount of card draw they have now?
These ones might be
Because
tricky.
frickin' man, 4 Nox is a 4-turn Phyrexian Arena. It's just going to draw you 2 cards a turn for 4 turns.
Yeah.
That's good.
And if you can proliferate it, it's going to draw you 4 cards more forever. It's going to draw you cards forever.
Yeah.
But only being available in this set,
Yeah.
I feel might hurt it because it might be tough to reprint those. As 4 Nox is very, very tied to Doctor Who lore, as is the Wedding of River Song.
Yeah, sorry, I think it's 3 turns as well. No.
That's 4.
4 because it's 4 Nox.
Because it's pre-combat main phase. Draws you a card the turn you play it, if you play it on your first main phase. That's pretty good.
It triggers at the beginning of your pre-combat.
Oh, I thought it was
phase.
combat. I was reading that as combat.
It's got Vanishing 4.
Nah, that sucks.
So anyways, 3 Nox, 4 Nox, whatever it is, it's white card draw for several turns if you can proliferate, which you can do in this set, right?
Yep.
You can do in the pre-cons.
Yep. In the pre-con that one comes in, you can in fact proliferate those counters.
I wasn't super impressed with white outside of tokens and outside of the couple card draw spells that we saw. Now, I haven't played the pre-cons like you have.
Ooh.
But if we move to blue, I think that blue in this set is insanely powerful.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because blue is in every deck.
I was wondering why that is. Is because time and doctor and blue and smarter wizard than you? Like, what's the deal?
I think that is why. I honestly think that is why.
Okay.
Well, that's a thing. But second card I wanted to talk about. We're going to all the perfect top-down design stuff that I talked about during the Everybody Lives. I'm going to apply the same thing to Cyber Conversion.
Okay.
It's an amazing removal spell.
Yes, format staple. It's going to be a format staple.
Instant, blue, turn target creature face down. It's a 2/2 Cyberman artifact creature.
Now, unless it has morph, you can't turn it back face up.
That's right.
Unless you bounce it to your hand, then it goes back to its native configuration.
This is almost better than elking something with an Oko.
It does make a smaller creature.
Because it makes a smaller dude.
It makes a smaller dude than a 3/3 monkey or frog lizard.
Yep.
It does cost 2 mana, though.
And it leaves the creature in play, technically. It doesn't put it in your bin or back in the command zone.
Oh,
it just flips it over, and now it's a shitty 2/2 that doesn't do shit.
You can get somebody's commander with this.
You sure can.
Yeah, buddy.
Now let's talk about the top down just for a second. Cybermen are like the Borg from Star Trek, if you know that.
Nope.
Everybody has to be a Cyberman. So when the Cybermen show up, what they do, cyber conversion is when they take you and put you in like a vat, and saws come out, and they saw your brain out,
Ooh.
and then they put the brain inside a Cyberman body as like the neural processor that makes it go.
That's like some Phyrexian shit right there.
And you're in there. Like you look at the picture, right? There's like the little guy and he's floating in the darkness.
That's a Cyberman's face, isn't it?
And that is the Cyberman's eyes and the face, right? And the person floating in there, you see everything your body's doing, but you can't influence it. You can't feel anything. You can't do anything. You're just conscious of what's happening while you're inside this murderous space robot.
Oh, gross.
That's traveling through time and space, killing everything that it meets, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a Cyberman deck. It's gonna be my CCO Raw Dog deck.
Like that is brutal, and just to see it on a card that's just amazing. Again, it's a great adaptation example.
Yep. So I like here's a few that I like. Don't Blink, Auton Soldier.
Oh, Auton Soldier, I love that.
Auton Soldier, all history, all at once. It's one of those ones where it just says time travel, storm. 3 words, the entire text box if you get the extended one.
Yep.
It's got storm on it, so it's like we're touting this set as not very powerful and just plays well with itself, and that's it. It's got multiple instances of storm in this product.
And then we talk about cyber conversion and all that stuff. Auton Soldier is really cool. It's a clone with Myriad. I would be remiss if I did not say how cool it is that there's a clone with Myriad.
Yeah, you know what? Watch Top 5 in 5 on Friday.
Auton Soldier.
He may or may not make an appearance along with a few others in the clone category from this product that actually let you clone your commander. Which
baby.
we're seeing more of, like the
there's lots
the
of those going on.
Sakashimas and the Spark Doubles and stuff.
Yep.
So we've got a whole smattering of those now.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of clones in this deck too. There's also Flesh Duplicate,
Yep.
which is a bunch of dollars. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why it is an expensive single. Is it because it's a clone for 2?
Yes.
It's just it's there as well. It's very good. 500 year diary. Obviously good,
Yes.
but not. It's better than you think while looking at it. Flatline is very good.
Flatline is going to be my next card.
It wipes dudes off the face of the planet.
Creatures your opponents control have base power and toughness 0/1 until end of turn. Instant.
Yes.
Instant, mind you, for blue 2. So after declare blockers, all your guys eat shit.
Yes.
Yes. Or I have trample and I don't care. I'm just going to play this now, and all your guys are essentially not absorbing very much damage.
Or if it's nice crater hoof, bud, flatline. Right?
No, because Crater Hoof gives ++.
Yeah, and then it goes. Then they become 12/12. Now there's 0/1s. Oh, the plus still applies.
The plus still applies.
Oh,
yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But if you're playing Big Green Stompy,
Yeah.
now I don't lose. Your Alpha Strike, now I don't lose.
That's
Your
the
Token
thing.
Swarm, now I don't lose. So defensively and offensively, I love cards that have flexibility like that.
I like Nanogene Convergence.
Oh,
that's
watch the top 5 and 5, man.
That's another one from that same episode with the gas mask kid I was telling you about.
Yep.
Again, another flavor win. Choose target creature you control. Each other creature becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. I'm trying to find a way to just crack that thing open and just fucking win with it. But I haven't quite figured out how to do it yet.
Well, you put it in a deck with clones, or you put it in a deck with like all of the other things that say you can clone legendary stuff now.
But if you turn your stuff into something good, everybody else's stuff becomes something good too. Right?
You know what I'm going to do? Choose a creature you control. Each other creature.
Yeah, all of them.
I'm going to choose Bruvac, and then I'm going to mill you 1 card. And it's going to be doubled to 2, doubled to 4, doubled to 8, double.
They're legendary though.
If that creature, except
it isn't legendary.
Yeah, I had to find the text, but I knew it worked.
Of course it isn't.
That card actually is good in a lot of places. That card's good. Like, can you imagine going Nanogene Conversion on a Nekuzar and then wheeling?
Yeah.
Right? Like, people are just going to die.
Yeah.
If there's 10 creatures, you take 10 damage for every card you draw. Everybody's going to take 70.
You crank your dank, meaning you use Krenko to make a bunch of little goblins. Then you turn all the goblins into
into
Krenko,
Krenko.
and then
Yes,
you
yes.
crank even harder.
You crank everybody's dank. No, everybody cranks each other's danks all at once.
Man, I wish it was red or green because I could put it in Omnath, and all my 5/5 elementals become 5/5 Omnaths, and they do like
Yes.
90 when they die.
Man, I could put that in the Lord.
I love
Everybody's a 10/10 infector.
a card that I actually ended up liking a lot more once I played with it. Reading it is kind of like but when you play with it, it's lots of fun. Renegade Silent.
Yes.
3/3 for 4. At the beginning of your end step, goad up to 1 creature you don't control and put a +1/+1 counter on Renegade Silent. Then Renegade Silent phases out.
You know what? There's a gold card in red that I want to talk about.
And we're
that'll
get
be
there
my
for
red
sure.
card.
But that's a cool. I like that one, and it's a good card.
How do you feel about blue in general?
Lots of good stuff.
Lots of good stuff.
I don't play a lot of, and it's not like blue stuff. Does that make sense?
Oh, it's very blue to me.
Well, but it's
Clones
not like,
and counter spells and time and
it's
extra
clones
turns.
and beating and goading and changing things into other things. It's not just counter spells and drawing cards.
I suppose, yeah.
Right? I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I like that lots.
Let's go to black.
On to black.
Black, lick my crack. Sniff my crack, I actually like better. Here's one. Doomsday Confluence. This card shows up to ball. Okay, so sorcery for black XX.
Okay.
So let's pretend we put 5 mana into this.
5
right?
mana into it.
That's
Yep.
X equals 2,
We're pretending. Yep.
right?
Deal.
Choose X. You may choose the same mode more than once. The modes are: each player sacrifices a non-artifact creature,
Sure.
create a 3/3 black Dalek creature token. each opponent discards a card.
Neat.
So 5 mana, X equals 2. Each opponent discards a card, and each opponent sacrifices a creature. For 5 mana?
It's not bad.
That kind of feels like Rankle's Prank.
Prankle? Say it right.
Rankle's Prankle.
Jesus Christ.
When I put like 7 or 9 or 10, 11 mana into this, then it becomes insanely powerful.
Yes.
And you might think, well, that's a ton of mana. But is it though, really?
For black?
At turn 10, when you have your best 2 cards left in your hand, and my opponent has gotten Wrath of God a few times, but cast their commander for the 3rd time, and they're one big Haymaker creature, and I make you discard your last 2 cards, them discard or sacrifice their last 2 creatures. This card actually is pretty powerful.
I agree.
And it goes into that random funny deck where everything is like a modal spell. Bonus points.
A card I wanted to talk about, which I dig, Death in Heaven.
Oh.
This is a cool one. If you ever played Asiok, like the 3-mana Asiok that everybody likes, the Planeswalker.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't have the players...
The Dimir hybrid one, right? That like exiles graveyards?
Yep. It's got the exiling graveyard ability on it.
Yes.
And then it has a big payoff at the end.
Let me give it a read. It's a saga for black 3. Chapters 1 and 2, target player mills 2 cards, then exiles their graveyard.
Boom.
You're going to get 2 people's graveyard.
Yes.
Good. Also, put all creature cards exiled with Death in Heaven onto the battlefield under your control, except they're 2/2 Cybermen artifact creatures.
Yeah.
Face down under your control.
Yes. You have like a little pile of cards with a Cyberman token thing on top.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's
you just have to track which ones you mill with this card.
Yes. Well, it's not ones that they milled, it's ones that it removed.
Oh.
So if there's a bunch of things... When I played this in my game, I nerfed the person that was going to do all the flashback stuff from their graveyard.
Yes.
And got a couple of creatures from there.
Yes.
And I got Alex's graveyard with like 5 creatures in it.
Yes.
So I ended up getting 8 dudes and nerfing a player. Like, that's pretty good for 4 mana.
Extra flexibility. This goes in your own morph deck because it says target player. And you can mill your own self and then exile your own morph guys and put them face down.
Now, if they're not morphed, can you flip them up if they're Cyberman?
Yes, because they still have... They're face down creatures that have the ability morph.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Neat. That's
Neat
the same way that the legend Missy works in this deck or in this set.
Okay. We're on to red.
Yeah, I know that there's lots of good black cards.
No, there's only 10 black cards.
But there's only 10 black cards. So it's like, is there that many good ones? I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's only 10 of them and we talked about 3 of them. That's pretty good.
I suppose. I think that there's a ton of good red cards.
That's because there fucking is.
Okay. I talked about a good number of them on the top 5 and 5 on Friday.
Okay.
We talked about a few of the legendary ones
Sure did.
last week on the legendary review.
Yep.
I want to choose...
Ensnared by the Mara.
Give it a read.
I really like this card. And once I read it, people are going to know why. Red, 2 sorcery. Each opponent faces a villainous choice. They exile cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. You get to play that shit for free. Or they exile the top 4 cards of their library and take damage equal to the total mana cost of those cards.
I love that little ability.
I love that card, man.
The red Gear Hulk, Palantir of Orthanc, this card, you have to frickin' take damage based on CMC. I love that.
I like this card. It's like a little Atali that happens like one time.
Yeah.
Or you just blow them out. You can blow them out. I think when I played it, I got like 2 little spells and Alex took 11 or something. Like, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that card. It's fun. Flaming Tyrannosaurus obviously is pretty great. It's my second favorite card, I think, ever, because it's a flaming Tyrannosaurus.
5/5 menace dinosaur for 7. Whenever it deals damage, when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent.
Yeah, buddy.
That's cool. You can just farm making this thing big and then kill it.
Yeah.
And you don't even care about its other ability, which is whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, which is a theme for red in this set.
Yes.
And in general.
In the deck that this one goes in, you're doing that a lot.
In general, red card draw or playing cards that you've drawn happens from exile now. Chaos draw, right?
Yep.
Okay, so whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, Flaming Tyrannosaur deals 3 damage to any target, then you put a +1 counter on it.
Yep.
So this card's going to get big.
If you play Jessica's Will after this, you could hypothetically 9 somebody and then hit them for 8.
Have an 8/8. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Or if you played Into the Vortex, this is Cascade and Rebound. I think, and at 5 mana. I think that this might be better than Throes of Chaos, which is the Cascade Retrace one.
Right.
Because the second turn, A, it captures more things.
Yes.
Because it's 5 mana.
Right.
B, the second turn that you cast it, you don't have to spend mana to cast it. Rebound casts it.
Yep.
And, correct me if I'm wrong, but Rebound casts it from exile.
That's right.
So it's my first spell from exile.
Yep.
So if I have something like the what's the thing that says the first thing that you cast from exile gains Cascade?
Whatever that is, you get it?
Yeah, that it's a shaman or a sorcerer or something.
Sure.
This'll gain Cascade, and it has Cascade, so now I'm cascading twice.
Yep. And you're casting 3 things from not in your hand.
Yeah, oh man, this card is freaking funny.
And extended out on this one says Cascade, Rebound. 2 words on a card.
Oh, that is like...
That does so much.
That's you got to pay for that on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Anything else with red? Are we good into the Vortex? I don't want to go back into to the Legends again, but I reread a couple of them, and I'm like, okay, I might actually play these if I switch my Cascade Super Friends deck into like a Cascade Cast from Exile deck that just like tries to get extra value out of casting stuff from exile.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of that going on. Let's just move on to green.
Oh, let me do the green one. Let me do the first green one.
Okay, tell me.
Oh, Displaced Dinosaurs.
That's the one. Oh. That's the one.
Freaking dinosaurs, man. Why do they all gotta cost 7?
Because they're dinosaurs.
This is 7/7 dinosaur for 7.
This is worth 7 mana.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that.
As a historic permanent enters the battlefield under your control, it becomes a 7/7 dinosaur in addition to its other types.
Oh.
So, you know that in my deck, dinosaurs drive vehicles.
Yes.
Well, with Displaced Dinosaurs, dinosaurs are vehicles now. There's no difference between where the frickin' vehicle ends and the dinosaur starts.
Well, in my deck, I make a lot of treasures. Ooh. And treasures, when you're dealing with dragons, they're my favorite thing.
Yes.
But when those treasures are also prehistoric dragons, yeah, baby,
stupid idiot dragons who can't fly.
Correct.
For the most part.
Yes. Oh, baby. I like Displaced Dinosaurs a lot.
That's just a fun one, hey?
And let's say you're not doing either of the 2 things we just said. It also turns your commander into a 7/7.
Hey!
All of your legendary creatures are now 7/7 dinosaurs, as well as whatever shitty thing they were before. That's pretty cool.
And
your sagas are 7/7s.
If you're playing a deck that has like
your Sol Ring's a 7/7.
Oh, what if you're randomly playing a deck that so Coat of Arms goes in any deck that cares about like all the same creatures being the same type, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
your Coat of Arms is a 7/7.
Your Coat of Arms is a 7/7. Now, all of your random artifacts, like your Soul Ring and your Arcane Signet and some random treasures, all 7/7s, and your Coat of Arms 7/7, they're all dinosaurs.
Yep.
So you're like, let's say you're playing a zombie deck that has all these dinosaur 7/7s in it now. So your commander is just freaking huge, because obviously your commander would be a zombie.
Yes.
And it's also a dinosaur at the same time as all this other stuff. I didn't even think about it with Coat of Arms.
Oh, it's very good. I'm looking very forward to putting this in my Myria in the Emerald City deck, where I play all the 0-drop artifacts.
Yeah. Oh,
because I'll play this, and then my Mox Amber will be a 7/7 instead of just a shitty mana rock.
Yeah.
I'm into that for sure.
I like cards that scale into the late game like that.
Funny story about the 5 Doctors.
Sure.
The 5 Doctors is a sorcery that says red or green 5, search your library and or graveyard for up to 5 Doctor cards, reveal them, put them into your hand. Then you can kick it for 5. If you kick it, you can put the Doctors into play instead.
So that's 11 mana, search your library and graveyard for a bunch of dudes.
For 5 Doctors, put them into play.
Sure.
How many cards do you feel you would get? The maximum you can get out of the pre-con is 8. Alex got 2.
Search your library and great. But does that mean Doctors got exiled?
Yep. Yeah, I Death in Heaven 2 of them. 2 of them were in his hand. 1 of them was already in play, and then I guess he got 3. So he paid 11 to get 3, and they just immediately died. And you could just see his love of life just go.
What
it was
a
amazing,
loser.
right? It was so good.
Man, he sucks.
That card is not. I don't think that card is actually very good.
No.
Because the Doctors don't really work together. It just creates a board state that's insane.
Yeah, there's a few cards. Okay, so the 5 Doctors, and then there's Twice Upon a Time. Sorry to go back up to blue, but like they seem like they're very good cards.
Right.
But they're so hyper specific to Doctors
Yeah.
who aren't very good cards unless you're building a deck around them.
Yes, they're very good cards when you build the deck around
Correct.
them. Just having a bunch of them in a deck, not as good as I think.
Yeah,
a lot of people thought.
I wouldn't call Twice Upon a Time and 5 Doctors trap cards, but I'm not calling them trap cards.
Right.
Where they look good and they trick you or trap you into being not good.
And if people are saying, "Oh, but you can find more fun and all the other stuff," sure you can.
Doctor creature types?
Yeah, because they're all creature types. So you can find changelings with them.
Can you find a changeling when it's not on the battlefield?
I think so.
I don't know if you can.
Can't
dude.
you?
Oh, I think they only have all creature types on the battlefield.
Oh, I thought they're all creature types all the time.
I don't know. You know what? Somebody will actually lead me on Twitter with Orvar the Allform, and I was like,
That guy can fuck off,
yeah, it's fine.
if I may say. Multicolored things.
Oh, the Cyber Controller. I'm playing it. But we already talked about that
Yes.
last week.
And the Dalek Emperor. I'm going to play that one. We talked about that one too. Dinosaurs on a spaceship? Should we talk about the other dinosaur? Just to like complete the package?
Sure, let's dinosaur it up.
7/7 for 6. Vigilance, Trample. Other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1 and have Vigilance and Trample. Suspend 4 for white, red, 3. That means you remove it from the game with 4 time counters on it. Every upkeep you remove a time counter from it. And every time you remove a time counter from it, you create a 2/2 red and white flying dinosaur with haste. So it's like a little army in a bottle. I like him. And in the deck that it comes from, again, it's not going to be exiled for 4 turns. It's going to be exiled for 2 turns, but you're still going to get the 4 dinosaurs. That's a cool card, man.
I've got a few cards that I think are like good. I've got Great Intelligence Plan. That's draw 3 cards for 6 mana, then Villainous Choice. Opponent discards a card, or we get to cast something for free. Ooh, that's really good at 6 mana when you got 1 card left in your hand. That's good.
Oh, I dig that, yeah.
I like Heaven Sent. It's a saga. Investigate on chapter 1 and 2. Then chapter 3 is Heaven Sent deals 1 damage to each opponent. Then if an opponent has 0 or less life, draw 7 cards. Otherwise, exile Heaven Sent and you may cast it this turn.
Ooh.
But I think that my favorite
He's got a
gold card, and you're going to like this one.
Okay.
My favorite gold card is Last Night Together.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ooh. And this might be, I'm just saying, with a wink and a nudge.
Okay.
This might be a Mr. and Mrs. Claus cornerstone piece to Uncle Brando's Christmas story this year, where they're fighting tooth and nail against all the whoever they're fighting against. I don't know. Demon candy canes and elves that attack, and they make toys, but all the toys are like guns and toys of mass destruction.
Oh, I like that.
And anyways, choose 2 target creatures.
Okay.
Untap them.
Okay.
Put 2 +1s on each of them. They gain Vig, Indestructible, Haste until end of turn. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase, followed by an additional main phase. Only those 2 creatures can attack. So Mr. like Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus are going out frickin' blasting. That's my headcanon.
That is a cool card, and I will be playing that some. I don't know where yet, but that card is going to find a way into a deck because
Neat.
I like that lots. It's probably going to go in Wolfgar so I can put +1/+1 counters on the giant Eldrazi and just anal hate everybody. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We all know
hey,
that's
let's move to artifacts here because we've seen a few vehicles, and I love the vehicles in this set. I think I'm finally gonna pull the trigger and make a dinosaur and vehicle like dedicated deck because Calamax is still a Spellslinger deck, kind of.
Right.
I think I got to make a dinosaur in trains deck.
Yes.
Full stop.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to.
You should probably
do
turn
that now.
Calamax into that.
Yeah, like Midnight Crusader Shuttle, the Cyber Ship,
Bessie the Doctor's Roadster is
the
really good.
Titanic. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got all these vehicles, and Neon Dynasty gave us more, and frickin' Warhammer gave us more. I think it's time.
Yeah, I think you can probably do it.
Sonic Screwdriver and Laser Screwdriver. You gonna play those?
3-drop mana rocks. I'm probably not going to play them, but they are cool.
3-drop mana rocks that untap creatures and scry, and things can't be blocked.
They surveil, they go, they do all kinds of stuff.
Those cards are good because they provide so much utility.
Yeah.
It's like a meme.
Here's a card that I
Right?
think is secretly really cool.
Sure.
Cyberman Patrol.
Oh yeah.
2/2 for 2. Artifact creatures you control have Afflict 3. Afflict means if they get blocked, the blocking player loses 3 life.
So he's gonna get his guy.
Yep, they're gonna get in for damage. So if you have things that are smaller than 3s that have like when they deal combat damage 2, you're gonna see a little bit more
artifact
villainous choice
creatures,
involved doing it. Because
yeah.
now people are paying life to block your little shitty guys. Well, I'm gonna hit you and draw a card. Well, no, I'm just gonna block it with my 2/2. And then you say, well, yeah, but then you're gonna take 3. And then I'm gonna make a Dalek.
Yeah.
Or something. Like I think that's subtly a good card. I'm thinking I might put it in Norin the Wary because I make so many like little shitty mirror tokens and stuff.
Just start ganking with him.
Yeah, and it makes it less
Yeah.
profitable to block when I attack with my shitty 1/1. So neat.
I got one. Cyberman Squadron.
More Cybermen.
Anybody
Hey?
talking about this one?
They should be.
Non-legendary artifact creature you control have myriad. Can you imagine how many ETB abilities you're going to get?
So many.
So many.
So
So
many.
anytime you attack with a non-legendary artifact creature, you're actually going to get 3 more ETBs that are tapped and attacking.
Let's just say you're attacking with a Cyberman Patrol. Now when your dudes get blocked, they have Afflict 9.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy. See, now we're talking.
Let's put that guy, that Cyberman Squadron, that's got to come in the Master Multiplied deck, right?
Yes,
It's
sir.
got to.
Yep.
Oh, man, that's good together.
That's a good card.
Okay, I got Ominous Cemetery. Removal on a land. Play that card, people.
That's a good one.
That's a good card.
Yeah, you read it, and it's just as good as it sounds. It's a very good card. I like Trenzalore Clock Tower as well. Also a land. It's blue, put a time counter on it. Blue 1, tap. Remove 12 counters from it. Exile it. Shuffle your graveyard and hand into your library. Draw 7 cards.
Yeah, that might actually go in my Cascade Super Friends deck if I keep the Super Friends Proliferate theme in it.
And you need a Time Lord.
Oh, frick that card.
That's sucky, but
Okay, well, hey,
it's
listen.
cool still.
Speaking about the Time Lords, that's like all the cards.
We've gone through all of the new cards. There's a bunch of great reprints. We're not going to get into those
Well,
today.
that's where I was going actually is, okay, Time Lords, we've got the TARDIS showcase frames. I think it kind of feels lazy, and I think it's really hard because they all look like blue cards.
Yes.
That's my criticism.
And it's a valid criticism for sure.
Yeah, like I'm looking at Missy. She's blue, black, red. I'm looking at Master Multiplied, black, red. They all got the same blue frame.
Yep.
It's just like the little pinstriped edges of the trim of the TARDIS on the edges that are different colors.
Yep.
I don't think that that's enough to differentiate.
And I don't really like the art style on most of them. I don't really like. Like I don't actually like these very much.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Not a fan. Not
Okay.
a huge fan.
Okay, well, you know what? That's all we got to say about them then, because they're all just the same cards that we just talked about for the last 2 weeks. How do you feel?
Happy they exist. I'm happy they exist though. I'm glad that they're there. 'Cause
Yes.
somebody's going to like them, but they're not for me.
Yes. How do you feel about the basics? And I ask you this as a Doctor Who fan because often is it that I have Doctor Who fans that come, or often is it that I see Doctor Who fans who do alters just painting TARDISes, Tardi?
Yep.
into art.
Big fan of this.
And I've done it on altars before where I paint the TARDIS into cards.
Huge fan of this. One of them, I think, even is a reference to one of my favorite Doctor Who stories, which is when he first meets the Daleks. It's the swamp with the jungle. And they land on this jungle planet, and they're like looking around, trying to find what's there, and they find this city, and it's the city of the Daleks. And it's a really cool story, and it's cool to see a nod to that on a land.
Neat.
I like that. I like that lots.
Neat. Any notable reprints that you're happy or good or that we needed? Like, we've got Path to Exile, we got Soul Ring, we got Feed the Swarm.
The Propaganda has a great new art on it, I think. Snuff Out's great for lots of people. People are excited about that.
Yeah.
First available foil of Cursed Mirror.
Oh, and Carpet of Flowers.
Yeah, Carpet of Flowers also.
Yeah, that's probably the money one in the Heroic Intervention is another one.
Yep.
Right? So and you get all these when you got the freaking precon. I can't believe that.
Every single one of them is in the precon. Every card we've talked about, buy a precon, you'll get it.
I love the Talisman of Creativity. He's got the 3D red and blue glasses on.
It looks
and it's freaking the red and blue mana rock.
It looks super funny in Surge Foil because if you look at the background, it's all kind of Surge Foily anyway.
Yes.
So when you actually see that in the Surge Foil, it's really neat. It's just a cool effect. I like that lots.
Yep.
There's lots to like here aesthetically.
I got one more criticism.
Okay.
And we called this at the end of 22, and we saw the exact thing that we wanted to see in Warhammer 40K, in Command Towers, Soul Rings, Mind Stones, like arcane signets
yep.
and stuff with different arts.
Mm-hmm.
Themed arts that match the different factions or tribes or wars or things.
Yep.
And we saw that.
Yep.
And we thought, good on you, WotC.
Hell
good
yeah.
on you. Warhammer 40,000, they did it.
Yep.
Then they didn't do it in Lord of the Rings. We got one Sauron Soul Ring, and we didn't get anything else for elves or men or dwarves or nothing.
Right.
Balls that.
Yeah.
Except for frickin' $1,000 ones that were serialized.
Fails.
Don't count.
Big fail.
One Command Tower in Lord of the Rings.
Fail.
This time, we got a mix.
Yep.
We got one Soul Ring in Doctor Who.
One Mind Stone.
And we got 4 Command Towers.
Yep. And one Arcane Signet also.
Now, I know it's thousands of dollars to commission each piece of art, and I know that, like, it just will clog up certain slots in certain booster packs. Like, I get the logistics and the cost of it.
If you're going to do it right.
Yeah, I kind of think that also.
The new Sol Ring is great. It's a great Sol Ring.
Give us 3 more.
But yeah, we could have 3 more great Sol Rings.
Give us a bad guy one, give us a doctor one, and give us a chaos outer space looking one.
Yeah, like just do that. But they didn't. And the Command Towers, I think, they're fine, but they're also all just inside of a TARDIS.
Is that what that is?
Yep, that's the inside of the TARDIS. That's the control panel for different TARDISes. There's like the evil TARDIS and like the classic
inside.
TARDIS. And
it's bigger inside than it looks.
It is.
Isn't that
yes.
a card?
Yes, that's
bigger on the inside. I was going to make a your mama's ass joke.
That's the gimmick with the TARDIS. Is it's bigger on the inside.
Oh, did they know that they're stealing that from Harry Potter?
I think Harry Potter stole it from them, didn't they?
I don't think either stole it from either, but
with those Brits, well, they might have. Harry Potter was pretty
where's
lazy.
that card? Because isn't it good? Isn't that card good?
Oh shit, I don't know.
Bigger on the inside?
Probably not.
Oh man, okay, I gotta find that.
Oh man, while Ryan's looking for it, let me hit you with this. We played Plane Chase, 4 decks against each other .game, also .event at the LGS at EDH&M last Thursday. I'm going to give you a quick ranking of the decks. I think, based on my experiences and things that I was told, the old Doctor, the classic Doctor's deck, least powerful. Out of the box. It's just got a bunch of it's a mishmash of sagas that are meant to be flavorful and legendary creatures that do just disjointed stuff.
Oh. They went for flavor as opposed to function?
Yes. Lots of good cards. Lots of good cards. They just don't necessarily work that well together. The next one up would be the villains, because it's 2 very distinct decks smashed together. There's a Dalek deck, and then a Cyberman deck, and then a bunch of just like other crap that's in the deck. So again, if you draw some of both, your deck doesn't really do
but
the
you know
thing.
what? From a deck building standpoint and a product divergence standpoint, very good, because you could build 2 decks out of that one deck.
Absolutely.
And what do you need to do to build a second deck? Spend more money.
Yes. But this is just out of the box. Like if you're going to go buy one deck.
Yes.
The next one would be Timey Wimey, which is what's the word? It telegraphs everything it does, but it does. Holy crap!
Because everything's got suspend.
Everything in the deck is so synergistic. Everything just works so well together. It also works kind of in combat in ways you wouldn't think, and teaches you layering of triggers. So it's also a very good teaching tool. In addition to being a very good deck, the most powerful one, I hate to say it, is the Modern Doctors. It's basically just a Simic, good stuff deck that makes giant dudes.
Is it
untapped.
a Simic deck or is it a Teamer deck?
It's Teamer.
Oh.
But it's a Simic deck with all of the red play things from exile to make your team bigger stuff.
Is
what it is. So it's a Simic deck with all the red Chaos draw to make it go. And it goes very well, and it's got a lot of synergy to it, and it's easy to play and has options for virtually every situation. And that's just based on what I saw and what I've read, and through the playing and talking to people at the LGS. That's what we kind of got out of it. But none of the decks are bad. They're all very fun, and they all have lots of stuff that if you don't end up liking the deck, you're going to be glad you have the cards. So it's just a quick rundown of our precons.
Oh, there you go.
And the planes are also cool.
Yeah, do I need the planes? For completionist's sake, I need the planes because I have a full set plus custom ones. Do I need them, or are they too doctor-ish? I need to play the precons-ish.
You can tell which one comes from which precon when you flip it over. And if you were to play it in kind of general Commander, I don't know how good a lot of them would be.
That was my question.
More testing necessary.
Okay.
I would like to play a plane chase game with just these, but with other decks, just to see.
Yeah.
I am curious, but I'm not sure how good they'd be.
Just the Doctor Who's, but with other decks.
Yes.
Okay, well, maybe we'll have to do that.
Yeah,
Me and you and 5-color mono white Angel Aaron and some other schmo.
Yeah, we'll try that out. We'll do that one week.
For reference. Last card of the day.
Okay.
Then final thoughts.
Okay.
Bigger on the inside.
All right. It's Gruul.
Yeah, it's green, red, 3, enchantment aura, enchant artifact or land.
Okay.
I'm going to play this card. That's why I'm mentioning it. Enchanted permanent has tap. Target player adds 2 mana of any one color.
Okay.
So I can give mana away with this.
Okay.
I like that. The next spell they cast this turn has Cascade. So I give spells that have no freaking business having Cascade. Cascade.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. And you put this on like a non-mana rock or a non-land. All of a sudden, you're spending 5 mana to give functionality to this thing in the form of 2 mana. So really, this is kind of the layaway. It only costs 3 because I'm going to get my mana back out of paying 5. And then if I Cascade into something, I'm going to get virtual mana back with it. So this is not a free spell because you got to spend mana on it, but it gives you mana back over time. And it does that in Cascade, and if you care about casting from exile, and it's in the colors that my deck is, the green and the reds and the blues, those are kind of the Cascade colors now.
Yep.
Yeah, so cool card.
I like that one. That's
larger on the inside. It's a TARDIS. Who knew?
Who would have ever guessed?
Bigger on the inside, sorry.
Whatever. It's the same thing.
Just like your mother's ass.
I got there. I knew that was going to come eventually.
So if you want to pick any up, you go to fusiongamingonline.com. You use CCO Summer or CCO Perks if it's your first time, or whatever the current promo code is. I don't know. It might be different by the time you listen to this. I don't know. They didn't tell me, but it might be.
Okay.
So you just look up some modern Commander Cookout stuff and find out what the promo code is.
There we go.
It's on the website too. If anybody goes to commandercookout.com, you want to go to and shop at the store.
Yep. Or just to check it out. There's a spice calculator there, and it's a cool website.
Yeah, the spice calculator. You can see how spicy your deck is.
Yeah, it's super fun. But
we haven't talked about the spice calculator in a good long while.
I know. But speaking of fun and fusiongamingonline.com, you can get your singles from there, like Ryan was just saying. And I think you should, because there's lots of really, really great stuff to be found in this product, in this set. I think WotC did it justice as far as the IP goes, and I think it did very well based on just us wanting to play with the cards and owning the cards. Remember, you now only have 23 hours to get in on the special ugly Christmas sweater CCO style.
And it's frickin' ugly.
And it is ugly in all of the best ways. It's got beers on it. It's got our stupid skeleton faces on it.
Did you notice that it's Gruul colors?
Yes,
for
I did.
CCO's Gruul and Christmas?
For Fistmas. See, it's perfect. It's everything you want in a Christmas sweater, including us.
And you can put your body in a Christmas sweater.
And
Look at that.
And keep you warm. It's not one of those cheapo ones that you buy from Temu. This is a real sweater.
Made out of wool and stuff.
Yeah, it'll make you itchy unless you wash it.
Or if you're allergic.
Oh, yeah.
You could be allergic to wool. In that case, wear a t-shirt or something underneath it.
Yeah, hope that you're not. But in any case, check that out. Remember, that's a big-time thing. Thank you so much for being here, and we are going to be back next week for the 400th episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!